Okay, so you know how they say that the past, present, and future is all existing simultaneously? The way that we perceive time in chronological order linearly is not the way that time actually moves if the past, present, and future are all existing simultaneously. Everything in the universe starts with the Fibonacci sequence. The universe is literally composed of mathematical equations. Every single thing grows in this pattern. It's a hurricane, a galaxy, an ammonite, a succulent, an acorn. You can even see this in any fetus. Galaxies are formed this way. Like, the list goes on, you get it. When you see the Fibonacci sequence in 3 dimensions, you see it in these staircases or in a tornado. So for those that believe this block theory that time is not happening linearly, that all time is happening simultaneously, and time is happening in the 4th dimension, stay with me. What if time is happening in the Fibonacci sequence? Like, if you take a look at this staircase, every single person on this staircase, no matter what point they're at on the staircase, they can see each other. Another one made of glass, just to make you get the idea better. Like, I know this might be hard to grasp, but I feel like I'm onto something here. If everything starts and grows in this pattern, what if this is the energetic architecture of the path of our lives, the growth of our lives, and the way that time moves? In 2016, when I first opened my third eye, I had this vision of the Fibonacci sequence unwinded like this in the 3 dimension, and I saw a man go through his entire life in the Fibonacci sequence. But the bottom was the widest point and the top was the smallest point. He started his life at the bottom, at the opening, and as he went up to death and enlightenment, he got to the top. As that path narrows, though, there's less and less room. Like, pretend you're in a tunnel and you have less room for things that are unimportant. So I was watching this man go through this cycle of his life where all of these things that he thought were important no longer became important the closer that he got to death. There is something about the Fibonacci sequence that is so sacred that my brain is trying so hard to understand, because I am always getting these downloads about the Fibonacci sequence and I cannot quite put my finger on what the fuck it is. But the other day, get this download. Time moves in the Fibonacci sequence. That is how you can see all time happening simultaneously, because no matter what point you are at in the Fibonacci sequence, whether it is unwound in the 3D or it is in 2 dimensions, you would be able to see at any given point in time. Does that make sense? Or do I just sound crazy?
I literally do not understand how this is not mainstream household information. Like, every time I review this information, like, my mind is just blown over and over again. Just watch.
Here's another interesting scientific fact. The heart is an electrical organ, producing by far the strongest source of rhythmic bioelectricity. This energy goes to every cell in your body. Your heart produces enough electrical energy to create a magnetic field surrounding your body in 360 degrees, extending beyond the skin out into space, measurable about 3 feet outside your body.
So the moral of the story is our heart radiates out. Like, this is why our culture constantly, naturally, intuitively refers to having good vibes and bad vibes. We already can feel this sixth sense. Like, literally, electromagnetically, all our hearts are talking to one another. We are immersed in a 360 spherical bubble in each other's heart bubbles all the time. So it matters whether you're in a negative or a positive state of being, because this literally creates your interaction with reality, with people, with events. This is work done by HeartMath. They are a nonprofit that has been doing this since 1991 for 30 years. It is time we start really giving energy to this, giving understanding to this, and like implementing this into our world. We need it now more than ever.
All right, so if you've been feeling like you can't sleep the past 3 days, all of your muscles have been just hurting really bad, you've been getting intense headaches maybe, or if you have certain trauma points in your body where you've had surgery once before, or you've broken a limb or something like that, and those areas of your body seem to be hurting a lot more than normal, you might be feeling as if you have a lot more energy today or yesterday, feeling like, okay, now I can finally like do the cleaning project that I was trying to do forever. Here's why. This has been the Schumann resonance for the past 3 consecutive days. That's a lot of energy coming in. This video is just to help you to understand that this is a real thing Our energy and the energy of the earth do coincide with one another. We do experience many of the same things because we are all part of one grand macrocosm. All the small things are just little representations of the larger thing. That's all this is. It's the Fibonacci sequence on repeat over and over and over again. Here's some things you can do today to really help out with this energy. Drink a lot of water. Fast if you can. If you're a breastfeeding mother, you can still fast by eating fruits and things like that because obviously you want to get the nutrients to your children as well. But fasting is going to be really important because what's happening right now is this is coming in to clear out all of the dense energy that's still stuck within our bodies. Make sure you're drinking your water. That's going to be so important and pivotal. Water is just going to naturally help flush out everything in your body that needs to get flushed out. I'm not doing this to sell this to you, I promise. But you should really think about getting yourself a copper water bottle. I've tagged one down here at the bottom that you can pick up because who knows how long this energy is going to last, or if this is going to be something that continues on in our future looking forward, which I believe it will, because things are shifting, things are changing. Now, some people are claiming this is what it looks like to have the 3D turn into a 5D energy. That just means fifth density of energy. And, they could be right. They could be wrong. I don't know. I do know, though, that we are correlating with this chart 100%. So make sure you're taking care of yourself. Let's keep an eye on the Schumann resonance and see what happens over the next few days. It looks like it might be starting to taper off here at the end, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Things are changing. Things are shifting. But yes, there's a reason why our ancestors drank out of copper cups and bottles. It really does help, like legitimately. So this is going to be something that will help you moving forward with all of this really dense energy coming in and going out of our atmosphere. I love you.
You can barely freaking live right now, and you're worried about banning TikTok. What is going on in this?
You really want to know what's going on? January 20th, Pluto moved into Aquarius, bringing massive change and transformation to our structures as a society. Aquarius represents innovation and the new systems, new paradigms, new societal norms and standards. Pluto brings intense transformation, death, and rebirth. Aquarius also represents humanity, the collective. So put those two things together, okay? Big, massive transformation, death and rebirth to our collective. Not literal, but the systems and the structures we've had in place as a society are collapsing, just like the Maryland Bridge, so that we can innovate them and step into a whole new paradigm and structure system as a society. This is being amplified by the fact that, yes, we have a solar eclipse coming up on April 8th in the sign of Aries. It will be on Chiron, massive healing for the collective around a new beginning. And for most of April, Jupiter will be moving over Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which rules the economy, money, earthly, physical things. Uranus is Aquarius's ruler. Aquarius's other ruler, Saturn, is also in the sign of endings right now, Pisces, the last sign of the zodiac. Anything that moves through Pisces is about wrapping up, endings. And this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction we have on April 20th is really going to bring the rapid, unexpected change. Pluto in Aquarius is bringing everything to light that we need to look at in order to say, yeah, we're not going to move in that direction in the future. Like, we're no longer putting up with this. We're not doing it. I've been saying for over a year, Pluto in Aquarius is the time where we realize we have power as a people and we rise up above the systems that have confined us and made us small for too long. That's what's happening. Revolution is brewing. Big change is on the horizon and we will see it come to fruition this year. It might look chaotic on the surface, but just know it's all happening for the highest good. If you don't know how to live your human design authority, I highly recommend getting your chart, your human design chart. You can do it through my bio, figure out your authority, and get my free guide to learn what it means so you can live it, because that's going to guide you to everything that's meant for you, no matter what's going on in the external. Things might be crazy, but what you can trust is your inner guidance system, and that's what human design teaches you. If you already know yours, let me know what it is in the comments.
Cruise some oil.
This is the Freemasons. This is Hindu. This is your spine, and that's Egyptian. That's right. Because guess what? It's called Santa Claus when he comes down the chimney and gives a gift to us. This is the Santa Claustrum. It's in your brain and it comes down and it gives a gift to us and it goes back up. So this is why Jesus dies at 33 years old, because it goes down your spine and back up. The Christos, or the golden oil. In Greek, Christos means gold. So the claustrum is up here. Santa goes down the chimney. That's because Jesus was in Nazareth with his mama. And then King Herod wants to kill Jesus. So Jesus must go all the way down to be born in Bethlehem. Then he goes back up. See, he's going down this river and back up, down the spine and back up. So this is Kemet in Egypt. This is the Jordan River. So the Jordan River is a little tiny replica of this, because this was the lotus flower, or your spine. So this represents your spine. If we know that this did represent your spine, which it did, then undoubtedly the Jordan River represented the spine, just like the Nile River. This is for you ignorant churchgoers, I swear. Candy cane is red for feminine, white for masculine. It's the two nerves, the Ida and the Pingala, the sun and the moon. So the Pingala is the pineal gland, that's the Ida. That's the pituitary, the negative component, and the pineal gland, the positive component. So you have the milk and honey, the gold and silver. This is the promised land. So when, what's his name? Jack climbs the beanstalk, he goes up his spine and finds the golden egg in the gray clouds, which is the gray matter in your brain. Well, look, Saint Nicholas is Saint Nagalis. Naga means serpent. That's why when Thor takes the Bifrost Bridge, this is your thorax, which is 12 vertebrae. There's 12 vertebrae of your thorax, thoracic vertebrae, and there's 12 ribs on each side, 24 ribs. So there's Arthur and the 12 knights at the round table, your 12 vertebrae. Jesus and his 12 disciples. Thor takes the rainbow bridge, which is your chakras, your spine. Arthur is the only one who can lift the sword. Thor is the only one who can lift the hammer. Because you have to be worthy. Raise your frequency to go up. Pituitary gland, pineal gland, and your optic thalamus. So the energy goes down from your claustrum, the oil at least. The oil goes down the vagus nerve to the sacrum bone, where it pumps it back up. And it actually activates your third eye and it illuminates the crown chakra. This is the Pingala and the Ida, and they mix and they come back up. And your skull is the holy grail, and that's why it's the elixir of life, the fountain of youth, because your skull is called a fontanelle, that little hole at the top of all of babies' heads. It's literally called a fontanelle at the top of the head, because it's the fountain. So the energy goes from the bottom to the top, and the snake grows its wings.
Humanity just took a huge leap in consciousness. Did you catch it? Thank you so much, Joe Rogan, for interviewing Terrence Howard, because you just opened something up within me that now allows me to remember where we are, why we are, how we are, what we come from. We're literally a song in motion, emotion, energy in motion. Everything I have talked about being in a simulated matrix, this periodic table proves it. Everything is connected, like an octave. Think of a radio and a radio station. You know how you like turn the dial to get to the next radio station? Every element in this reality is a turning of the dial. And there's a periodic table that maps it. And in doing so, once you realize this, you start pairing them together. See, now we have the harmonics. This is the harmonics of life, right? And the whole time we've just been playing out of tune. We've been a group. Just imagine going to a concert, got like 8 billion people playing completely out of tune. How does that sound? Of course we're out of tune. We don't understand our reality's harmonics. We don't understand how it's all connected. So a simple periodic table that Howard Terrence just dropped out on the Joe Rogan show just blew my mind to everything. Everything is a song in motion. Everything. We literally are, the whole thing, you're in a movie? Yeah, you're in a movie. The whole thing that this is a dream? Yeah, this is a dream. Have you heard of the name Walter Russell? Walter Russell is the one responsible. The credit goes to him for this periodic table. All the other work, now I'd never heard of him. Have you heard of him, right? You don't know what you don't know until you know. You get it, right? Look at these here. Vortices, right? We live in a sound matrix, vortices. Go look Walter Russell and start reading his stuff if you're interested in energy and the reality you live in. The simulation, he literally lays it forth. If y'all want to be a naysayer and doubt it, you go right ahead. If you need peer review, you just wait. In the next couple of years, you'll get your proof. If it's nonsense to you, it's because it doesn't make sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to you. This is only going to make sense to who it matters to, okay? Who it matters to is going to understand that reality and nature itself is all connected infinitely, like a radio tuner understanding every element, every facet. It's a song, it's a dance. dance, it's a play in motion. Center stage at the symphony harmonics of the entire collective reality. The only problem we have with reality is the lack of knowledge of what it is and who we are in it, and how everything is infinitely connected to one another. All direction is curved, all motion is spiral. Spiral, spiral. How many of you people can go outside right now, can look around and see everything spiraling? Do you not see the spirals in everything? Everything is in motion, energy. Did I see this prior to several years ago? No. I had to overcome some blocks within my belief systems to be even able to allow myself the I-O energy you need to even see the energy. And if that don't make sense to you, that's because you don't understand life is energy. Look, Tesla even told you, go understand reality is sound, frequency, and vibration. You want the real secrets of reality, sound, frequency, and vibration. Do you want to know what your elites know? Sound, frequency, and vibration, okay? So when someone comes out to show you this, okay? Terrence Howard got out here to show you, put it all forth. The problem here is now we're at a crossroad here because there is like a split between a group of people who, I mean, this just solved everything. Tied it to a bow. And it's not that he's putting out new information, he's tying everything together, and many don't see the collective that have just now woken up to this information and are now putting things together because of what has been dropped. Now is it his information? He's sharing what it is that he comes to know. If you want to know more, go look at that Walter guy. Walter Russell knows about the fabric of space and time and reality, sound, frequency, and vibration. He understands the symphony and the harmonics of reality. This is why your elites get what they want, is because they understand the symphony of the energy that they're in it. So life is just completely shifted, and here's all the information. If you don't believe me, that's your choice. You want to be a naysayer, that's your choice. You want to say that it's nonsense, that's your choice. You do what it is that you do, boo-boo. I'm just excited because I see this shift, and I'm excited because I know that the shift is a sign for the good things to come. And I know with all of this knowledge and information being dropped forth, we now see the harmonics and we'll start creating a better space, so it don't matter what you believe because heaven is on its way. I can't be the only one that's excited with this one. Okay. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream, and your science is gonna now prove it. Center stage. Hey, you gotta take the good with the bad. That's the whole point. Duality, reality, tree is planted in shit. We planted in a past that was shitty. Why? So we can grow into something better. Where you just gotta just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, because you're like in a currency, a river, water. You have no control where you're going right now. But I tell you what you choose to do with your energy, especially over the next 6 months, is really going to determine the whole next 9 years of your life energetically, because you do live in a matrix and create with your emotions. And it's a song and a symphony. And either you can play it good and in harmony and with everybody else, or you can go play out a tune in the corner somewhere, because, you know, it's time to get in alignment. That's the whole point. Don't we want good things? You can't have good things in the background. I don't know what that's supposed to be. That was me trying to think of a sound from a music instrument being played out of tune. Okay? I love you guys somehow.
People say astrology is not real, but here, let's just give 2 examples, okay, of what we see going on right now. I'm gonna break this down for you. Pluto moved into Aquarius on January 20th, and right now it will be in Aquarius until September 1st. Then it's going to retrograde back into Capricorn, where it has been for approximately the last 20 years, and then it will come back into Aquarius for the next roughly 20 years. This is the first time Pluto has been in Aquarius in our lifetimes. In fact, it's been 200 years. Okay? And now we are seeing this complete shift. Pluto rules power structures. It is a planet of transformation and rebirth. And it is moving out of a very earthy, practical Capricorn into a humanitarian Aquarius. This is a huge shift. And we are seeing just the start of this, okay? So let's backtrack. Cat Williams puts the blast, starts this whole thing. And now we have Diddy going down and him being exposed, and we have Nickelodeon being exposed. What we are seeing
is power structures that have fed off of other people and been practical and have abused people. Because let's face it, like, if you don't matter to a Capricorn, you are expendable. Like, that is the energy. That is why we have had power structures that have been abusive. They have taken advantage of people. They have thrived under this time. And now we have this beautiful shift, and we are seeing that they will fall. Look at what we've started to do even to other companies. Look at the impact that we have had on Kellogg's as a community getting together. And you don't think that these powers that be that have been feasting on us during this Pluto and Capricorn, they're not trying to make a final power grab? That is what we're going to be seeing. And I love it, because if you are in any kind of a position where the good of other people or the good of the collective is not the end goal, you are going to be exposed and you are going to fucking crash and burn. It's done. You're going to start seeing influencers that have been just taking advantage of people, or these momfluencers that have been exploiting their children. Done. That kind of behavior, the whole social media power structure of our country is about to change. And you don't think that this is important for our election coming up? We have a very pivotal election for the presidency coming up in November. And not only that, but a lot of seats for the House and the Senate are also going to be up for vote. And this is the first time in our lifetimes, in 200 years, that this power shift is happening. Not only that, but now we have a massive solar eclipse, the last one that is going to be crossing over our country for 375 years, if I remember correctly. You don't think some shit's about to go down? It is literally in the sky. So I need y'all to start paying attention, because if you think this is wild, we are only 2 months deep. We are going to see a lot of shit unfold from now till September that is going to set the stage for the next 20 years of our lives. I have a 2-year-old. He's going to be 2 in 2 days. This is going to be pivotal for his entire life up into adulthood, sorry. Like, this is beautiful, and I'm so excited for us, because the people who give a shit and they do good and they care about other people, this is our time. Society is going to finally start paying us back, and we are going to see beautiful changes. And I'm excited. I don't know about y'all. I'm excited. This shit's great. Get your popcorn ready, because it's going to be a ride.